New lizard mold day calls for a beer. Okay, now we're ready to film. Let's go. That's pretty awesome. Watch this lizard swim on by. Woo, baby. What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the World's Worst Fishing. I'm your host, Chris Jones, and welcome to a very hot afternoon. We are going to be absolutely drenched in sweat 10 minutes into this video, but the show goes on. So today, super fun. Anytime it's new mold day, we celebrate around here, and we have an awesome mold today that I absolutely cannot wait to shoot. I only heard about it just about a week ago, so I recently just got back from vacation, so that's why we haven't been on video for a while. And I knew that this one was coming, and I've been like dreaming of large lizard baits ever since. And here it is. This is the 8-inch. I don't know what it's called. It's the Mojave lizard. I just didn't know that when I filmed the intro. 8-inch lizard mold with tail mold. Okay, so we're going to be obviously doing a few different color variations. We're going to do a single color. We're going to do a 2-color laminate. And then we're going to do something involving the tail mold, okay? Because that tail mold allows you to get that split tail color. And I think a lot of times those bass, those things right there, I think a lot of times, you know, the tail on your worm or the tail on your lizard is kind of maybe what they're going to key in on a little bit. And sometimes just having that bright tip or a different color tail, you know, to me it just adds a little bit of character to the bait. So having a tail mold to make doing those split tail colors easy is a huge plus. So we've got all of it here on the table today, and let's go jump in. Okay, here we go. So big shout out to AI Molds. They were kind enough to send me 2 of these. So we'll have plenty of cavities to work with here. So let's go ahead and open this big boy up, and I mean it is a biggin. Dun 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 dun. Like, this mold is so impressive, I should have done a drum roll just for the mold. But yeah, look at this. 8-inch lizard. It is absolutely enormous. Like, my finger can fit in the cavity. Absolutely enormous. You probably still, even on camera, cannot comprehend the size of this bait. Yeah. Little bass need not apply. This is a big fish bait. And what amazing detail in it. I mean, yeah. The first lizard mold was really impressive. This one right here, equally as impressive. Just boom, grand in scale and size. All right, so that's going to be the top of the bait. This will be the half with the bottom half. Right. So if we're laminating the mold, okay, and we want a certain color to be the top color and a certain color to be the bottom color, your top color will go on the side where the bolts stick out. So where you're going to screw the bolts in, right? If I'm thinking about my laminate block, top color goes on this side, bottom color goes on this side. Easy way to remember it. And yeah, there it is. Amazing detail again. And what's great about the AI lizard is that not only do you get the tail kick, the leg kick on these is phenomenal. I remember throwing the original lizard and just watching the little eat. I mean, all 4 tails, all 4 legs kicking was amazing. All right, so here's the tail mold. Yep, you can see there, tail mold, 8-inch lizard. Beautiful. Yeah, there's our plastic of choice today. The black sinking plastic in the craw tube blend. I think that'll work really well just for a bait of this size. There's a lot of mass in this bait, you guys, and you definitely want a plastic that's tough and up for the job. So we're gonna give this stuff a stir. There we go. Yeah, you can tell this plastic has not been stirred since before I went on vacation, because look at how not stirred up it is, right? Look at all that resin coming through the top. Yep, that's looking good now. All right, so we have 1 cup of plastic measured out here. And I'm thinking we're going to start with some really fun color changing colors, which I think are going to look really good in the lizard. So here we go. And we're back. All right, a little bit of blue crawl. All right, there, we're going to shoot through this pretty quick. Alright, drop or two of black. There we go. You know what? I need a drop of blue. Alright, drop of blue incoming. Think. Just like that. Alright. We will stir it in real fast. Alright, we're going to use the large hexagon black flake. This is the .062. Those are the big ones. Alright. Then we're going to use a medium size hexagon blue flake to sort of play on the whole blue craw theme. But we don't want too much blue flake. Again, we want the color to be the main attraction and the flakes to be the seasoning in our recipe. I don't like many colors where flake is like the whole star of the show. Just like in cooking, you want your seasoning to enhance the dish, not be the dish. So that's sort of our thinking here. Alright, here we go. Hopefully I can fill both of these molds with this. Okay, yep, we're good. We're good. You never know until you do it the first time. I knew I didn't need a 10-ounce injector, but you never know if a 6 is big enough. Alright. Now this is a big mold with a big runner and big cavities. So we really want to make sure that we're topping off the sprue entries right there. Sprue heads, I guess you could call them. Ports is the real name for them. But you know, this is called topping off the sprues. And we want to make sure that the mold and the cavities have plenty of plastic to pull from as this big mold cools down, or as the big cavity cools down. Alright, we'll do an actual drum roll now. Alright, 8-inch lizard, first time, here we go. My guess is it's going to look like a lizard. Oh my gosh, guys. Look at this. Yeah. Look how good it wears the blue craw as well. I love it. I love the way that, you know, any sort of chameleon or morph color, you really see the difference between thick and thin portions of the bait. You know, so you'll see how the legs are showing more of the blue, but the bodies are pretty much rocking that brown. And that's just part of the fun of using some of those kind of color changing morph colors. Look at that. What an absolute beast of a bait. So let's get one off. Yeah, look at this. Giant. That is absolutely stunning, y'all. Yeah. This is now easily in my top 5 injection molds. This is incredible. This is the lizard that I've been wanting to throw. And now I have it. Alright, mold number 2. Here we go. Yeah. Look at that beast. As you can see, the flakes just kind of play a nice touch in sort of accenting the color and highlighting it. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. I'm very, very, very happy with those. Yeah, look at that. That is pretty. Alright, and now we're going to do a chameleon with large black flake, which I think is going to really shine as well. Yeah, let's get to it. Alright, here we go on the chameleon lizards. Alright, here we go. Just holding some steady pressure on the injector. Yeah. Excellent. Gotta clear that so we can top it back off. Top that one off. Top to knob. Oh yeah, look at those. This is awesome. Yeah. Super cool. Here it is. The Mojave lizard. We learned the name of it. Yep. 8 inches of reptile goodness right there. Beautiful color, beautiful bait, beautiful mold. And, you know, first impressions, it's just like the smaller lizard. Shoots flawlessly. Everything is filling in. It's not a mold you have to play with to get it right. It's plug and play. Get out your injector and just go for it. And you're not going to have any problems. No extra steps. Shoots flawlessly, just like you would want it to. So there it is. Just like that, we have 4 more giant lizards. Look at that. Okay, so far we've done 2 solid colors. Both turned out really well. The mold shoots very clean, very easy. Doesn't require you to preheat or worry too much about temperature. You don't have to really take it too slow or fast on your injection. The mold works incredibly well. So now let's see how it laminates. We're going to do a 2-color laminate, and we're going to go for like your everyday average tree lizard, sort of like a green top and a white belly. I'll show you a picture of what we found, and then we're going to go from there. Okay, so if we look at our everyday tree lizard, basically a nice sort of lime green top, and then you'll see that white belly. You know, they've got a little bit of pattern on their back, some white spots here and there, but we're not going to try to get too crazy with it. We just want to match the overall color profile. So that is coming up now. Alright, so let's get cracking. So I think we're going to start, so obviously we want to try to do the green top first. We're going to start with a really fun color called Space Grass. And if you look at the label, it looks like it's going to be, you know, like a purple to red color shift. Nope, it's a green. My voice cracked there. Don't make fun of me. I swear I'm still not in puberty. Alright, so yeah, as you can see, sort of a nice mustard green, which kind of, in my opinion, looks a lot like that lizard color. We may have to green it up a little bit. Yeah, so you can see we're maybe, yeah, we'll have to brighten it a smidge, but I think we're on the right track. And Space Grass is one I don't get to use too often, so we're going to go ahead and add a drop or two of white, just to see if we can alter that just a little bit. Yeah, kind of brighten it a smidge. And then here's a little trick, right? So that brightened it, but if we want to try to darken the shade of green, a drop of black never hurts. Never, ever, ever hurts. So anyway, we're just going to kind of have some fun, just trying to build this color, trying to match it. Yeah, you can see it just barely darkened it a little bit. And then the other side, the belly, is going to be white pearl base. No big surprise there. In the lizard picture, it's sort of an off pearl white. It's not like straight white. So, you know, you could maybe cut that with a little bit of black, cut that with a little bit of brown even. Where's my other stirring knife? Here we are. But, you know, this is essentially the color base right there. All right, here we go. All right, fingers crossed. All right, let's see how it did. Yeah, boy, those are pretty. All right. Yeah, there's the white belly. Cool. Let's so the gates are really thick on these, and the gate is the opening to the actual cavity of the mold from the runner. So the gates are really thick because the mold's really thick. So I kind of recommend snipping them. If you tear them, you might actually tear into the bait a little bit. But you know, what a thick gait allows you to have is a nice fat face on it, or a fat nose for rigging. So I actually do not mind that. Yeah, there it is. There's our tree lizard. So right off the bat, the white pearl needs to be a little bit more saturated, and the top shade of green maybe isn't quite there, but I really like it, so I'm not going to change it. And you know, I added a little bit of flake. I actually added a little bit of small silver flake to try to mimic those little white spots on the top color, and just some black flake just to give it some texture. I just think it would look a little lonely without it. But look at that. That is a really, really easy and beautiful natural lizard color. Okay, we went ahead and ran another set. Yeah, there it is. The tree lizard. 8-inch Mojave tree lizard color. There it is. Alright, time for the tail mold, and we're just going to do a solid black tail with a cherry seed body. So I'm actually really excited about this color. It's a very simple color. It's just a solid body, or a solid color in the tail, and then a solid color in the body. Alright, there it is. So we have just kind of carefully placed the tails, and you always want to put the tails in a tail mold in the bottom plate, okay? That way you're not trying to flip this part over to put it onto the bottom. Alright, you want to take the top and just line it up and go straight down with it. Make sure that the plates are lining up and that you don't see any gaps in between the plates, so everything looks good there. So we'll go ahead and bolt this one shut. Nothing to this tail mold stuff, guys. It just requires a little bit of patience, and you definitely want to put them on the correct side. Alright, here we go. We have LureWorks Cherry and Large Black Flake. So we've kind of got a theme today with Large Black Flake, but I was very excited to make this color. So here we go. Oh, very cool, very cool. Looks like I needed to push a smidge harder. I got one little leg that didn't want to fill all the way. That's okay. And it's not a venting issue. You can see each foot has their own set of vents, and there's vents back here in the tail so that you can vent air out of that tail mold section. That's what these little lines are right along this edge. You can see it right there, that line and that line. What those do is those allow air to escape where the body meets the tail, so that you don't get a giant air pocket right there. But anyway, look at that color. That is amazing. Yes, that is exactly what I had in mind. That was going to be my lizard color of choice. So yeah, let's go ahead and snip one out, I guess. Oh baby, oh baby. Alright, and there's the whole set. Awesome. Very cool. Yep. Very cool, very cool. Yeah. Okay, now the question of the day. Which one was your favorite? So again, which ones are your favorite? Let me know in the comments down below. This is how you know you're at your buddy's place who's a hardcore bass angler. He's just got rods and tackle just sitting in his front yard. Let's go. So we're here at a spot called Dink Point, and that is literally Happy Jack's idea of a good spot, is a place called Dink Point. And even worse than that, he's got me throwing zooms. So I'm gonna switch over to the lizard, because that zoom, you laugh now. All right, that's better. That's better.
Terrible choice of spot.
That's better. All right, y'all, check this out. Watch this lizard. Watch this lizard swim on by. Woo, baby. Look at that. There's no shortage of bait out here. Look at all that. Straight shad. Oh, there's some fish right there.
And you know it ain't lying because all the ones that are on top.
Yep. Yeah, we've had just a few bites, folks. So hopefully we can get something going where I can put that lizard to good use. But yeah, really beautiful out here this evening. Well, we've managed to get on a little bit of a cranking bite up here. So if we can get things going, we'll start dragging some soft baits. But yeah, look at that. That one's like blind. Well, y'all can see we've got a few. So we actually had a double on the Carolina rig, just throwing some finesse worms, trying to get something going. But I've been dragging this bad boy around. But they're just not quite active for us. What you think?
It's been pretty slow.
It's been very slow. For how many fish we're seeing, and we caught 2 on a crankbait about right when we pulled up. Had several bites on the finesse worm, but we just can't get something really going. I think I had one pick this up, but I'm not sure, but we're gonna keep at it. Well, all right, guys. Unfortunately, we ran out of daylight last night right at dark, right as we were leaving. I threw the tree lizard color on this Carolina rig, threw it out by a stump, sitting there working it, thump. I got a huge bite on it, reeled down to see if he was still there to check him, and he spit it. Yeah, that's just sort of the way it went yesterday. We could only get bit on a crankbait. Like as soon as we would pull up to a spot, we'd just kind of fan cast it with a crankbait, see where they were sitting a little bit after marking them on the graph. You know, usually get one right off the bat on a crankbait. And then, you know, we threw shaky heads, some topwater stuff at them because they were hitting shad, and then really could only get bit on a small finesse worm. So unfortunately, I only got one really good bite on the lizard. I think I had another one pick up on it, but it was just kind of real spongy. This one knocked the chocolate off this thing. So I almost had it, and then we ran out of daylight, and that's all the fishing time I had this weekend, unfortunately. The lizard looks incredible in the water. I'm sure you saw the footage just now. It's got all the leg kick that the 6-inch version has, and then that tail is exactly what you would expect from a ribbon tail on the back of a lizard. The mold shoots incredible. I'm really happy with this bait, and the mold there again, the mold is just so user friendly. I can't speak enough about how fun it is to shoot. I mean, you're going to get perfect baits pretty much every time right out of the gate, and you don't have to worry about how to inject or temperature or preheating molds. You know, it's not a finicky mold. So yeah, amazing time. I wish we would have gotten on a little bit hotter of a bite, because then I know this lizard would have been absolutely chomped. And like I said, I got a really big hit on it right at dark. So unfortunately, that's just how it goes. But I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Check it out, the 8-inch Mojave lizard. I'll put a link to the mold pinned to the comment section. And let me know down in the comments below, which color was your favorite and what color would you make in this lizard if you're going to get the mold yourself. We'll see you in the next video.